Is spending about 10 bucks to make your car's air conditioning feel brand new a good investment? How about spending absolutely nothing at all? So many people think that when their AC stops blowing ice cold, it automatically means a wallet-draining repair is on the horizon. I'm here to tell you that's just not true. More often than not, that's a myth cooked up by dishonest mechanics looking for a big payday. I'm going to share the secrets that will turn your car from a sauna into an icebox on wheels. And more importantly, I'm going to tell you about 2 critical mistakes you must never make with your AC system. Mistakes that could land you with a repair bill of over $1,900. 1. The V-belt, your compressor's lifeline. Let's start with the one tip that could single-handedly save you a catastrophic amount of money, especially if you're driving a higher mileage vehicle. We're talking about the V-belt, also known as the serpentine belt. Think of this belt as the vital link, the chain that connects your engine's power to the AC compressor. If that belt starts to slip even a little, your compressor can't spin at the speed it was designed for. This isn't just about your car not staying cool, it's a recipe for disaster. A slipping belt can cause the compressor to overheat and completely seize up, leading to a failure that can cost you dearly. To dodge this incredibly expensive bullet, all you need to do is pop the hood once in a while and give that belt a look. You're searching for any visible cracks on its surface. Does it look loose? Do you ever hear a squealing or chirping noise when you first start the car or turn on the AC? Those are warning signs. If you see or hear any of them, it's time for a new belt. A brand new V-belt will cost you less than $30, which is practically nothing compared to the price of a new compressor. Let's take a moment. Your interaction keeps this channel alive. Like, comment, subscribe, or go further with super thanks or the join button. Let's roll.
2. The recirculation button, your secret weapon. This might be the single most misunderstood and underutilized button in your entire car, but in the summer, it's your absolute best friend. Under normal operation, your AC system pulls in hot, humid air from outside and then works incredibly hard to cool it down. But when it's scorching hot out, the system can struggle to keep up. That's where the recirculation button comes into play. When you press it, it closes the outside air vent and, just as the name implies, it recirculates the air that's already inside your cabin. The primary benefit is that your car gets colder faster. Instead of fighting to cool down 90-degree air from outside, it's now recooling the 70-degree air already in the car. It's a massive efficiency boost. But it also acts as a shield, preventing nasty smells from getting in. Stuck in traffic behind a smelly diesel truck? Hit the recirculation button. Another huge plus is the impact on your fuel economy. Some estimates suggest it can reduce fuel consumption by up to 10% because the AC system isn't working nearly as hard. That means less strain on your engine and even a longer life for your battery. However, there is one important caution. Avoid leaving the recirculation feature on continuously for long periods. Because it seals off fresh air, the carbon dioxide, or CO2 level inside the cabin rises as you and your passengers exhale, which can lead to drowsiness and reduced concentration. To stay alert, especially on long drives, you should refresh the cabin air periodically. Simply turn off the recirculation button for a moment to allow the AC system to pull in fresh air from outside. This clears out the CO2 without you having to shut down your air conditioning itself.
3. Your cabin air filter, the lungs of your car. Here's another fantastic tip that saves you money in more ways than one. Your cabin air filter is the unsung hero responsible for keeping all the nasty stuff like dust, pollen, smoke, and even bad odors out of your car. Over time, and often much quicker than you'd think, it gets absolutely filthy. When that happens, it's like trying to breathe through a dirty mask. The flow of air is restricted, forcing your AC system to work overtime just to push any cold air through the vents. Not only that, but a damp, dirty filter becomes the perfect breeding ground for mold and bacteria, which is the last thing you want to be breathing. The general rule of thumb is to replace these filters every 12,000 to 15,000 miles. But please do not pay a mechanic upwards of $45 to do this for you. Changing it yourself is ridiculously easy and takes less than 5 minutes on most modern cars. You can usually find the filter located right behind the glove box. Spending around 20 bucks a year on a new filter to make your car feel drastically cooler and smell fresher is an absolute no-brainer.
4. The under-the-hood trifecta: fans, fluids, and vents. Alright, let's look at 3 quick but crucial checks you can do with the hood open. First, check your coolant, or antifreeze. It seems strange, but your engine's coolant level is directly linked to your AC's performance. Many modern car computers are programmed to automatically shut off the AC compressor if the engine starts to overheat, and an engine will definitely overheat if it's low on coolant. If it doesn't shut the compressor off entirely, your AC will start blowing warm air as a warning. So if you haven't checked your coolant level in a while, now's the time. Second, while you're there, check your cooling fans. Right behind your car's grill, you have the condenser, then the radiator, and then the cooling fans. These fans are critical because they pull air across the condenser to help dissipate the heat from the refrigerant. If a fan fails, the condenser can't do its job and your AC will stop cooling. Most cars have 2 fans. If only one is working, you might get cool air for a little while, but it's a temporary situation. Testing them is simple. Start your car, turn the AC to its highest setting, and after about 5 minutes, both fans should be spinning. If you need to replace them, you can save a fortune by opting for a quality aftermarket part for $75 to $90 instead of a dealer part that could cost you anywhere from $240 to $450. And third, check the main air intake vent at the base of your windshield. If you park under trees, this area can get clogged with leaves and debris, restricting airflow and creating a damp environment perfect for mold. A quick sweep with a brush can make a world of difference.
5. Mastering the cooldown and the 15-second rule. There's a common misconception about pre-cooling your car that's actually costing you fuel and putting unnecessary wear on your AC system. On a hot day, it's tempting to start your car and let the AC blast for 10 or 15 minutes before you even get in. This is incredibly inefficient. For every hour your AC runs while the car is idling, you're burning through about a half a gallon of fuel. Here's a much smarter approach. Get in your car, turn the AC on its lowest fan setting, and then roll down all of your windows completely. Give it about 15 seconds. That's enough time for the AC compression to engage and for the worst of the trapped superheated air to escape. After those 15 seconds, crank the fan speed to maximum. As you feel the car starting to cool down, roll up your front windows all the way. Leave the rear windows cracked open just an inch or two for another 15 seconds. This creates a low-pressure zone that actively pulls the remaining hot air out of the cabin. Then you can close them completely. This method cools your car down much faster and with far less strain on the system.
6. Recharging the system: the truth about AC gas. Did you know that automotive refrigerant, or AC gas, doesn't have an expiration date? In a perfectly sealed, closed-loop system, it should last forever, meaning you should never have to top it off. Unfortunately, a perfectly sealed system is almost impossible to maintain in the real world of bumps, vibrations, and temperature changes. Eventually, tiny leaks will develop and your refrigerant level will drop. Now, if the leak isn't a major one, all you need is a simple top-off. But if you go to a shop and just ask for a recharge, they might try to sell you on a new condenser or some other expensive repair. A full AC service and recharge can cost anywhere from $70 to $240. Instead, you can buy a do-it-yourself recharge kit for about $30 to $45 and do it yourself in minutes. It's a straightforward process. Just make sure you get the correct type of refrigerant for your vehicle, which is most commonly R134A. But always check your owner's manual to be certain. 7. Prevention is cheaper than repair. The Sunshade strategy. You probably know your car's interior gets hotter than the outside air, but you might not realize just how much hotter. When it's a pleasant 80 degrees Fahrenheit outside, the inside of your car can rocket to nearly 120 degrees in just 40 minutes. That means when it's time to cool down, your AC has to work twice as hard, which means more strain on the compressor, more load on your battery, and more fuel burned. The simplest solution is parking in the shade. But an even better solution is a windshield sunshade. After an hour in the sun, a car without a shade might reach over 100 degrees inside. But with a simple sunshade, that temperature can be kept down to a much more comfortable 72 degrees.
Combine that with parking in the shade, and your AC system will thank you. You can find these shades for less than $10. Finally, one of the worst things you can do is not use your AC at all for long periods. I get wanting to save on fuel, but letting the system sit dormant for weeks or months can cause the rubber seals and gaskets to dry out and crack, leading to leaks. Even worse, the internal metal parts of the compressor can begin to rust from lack of lubrication. So whether it's summer or winter, make a habit of running your AC for at least a few minutes every single week to keep everything lubricated and sealed. And that about wraps it up for this one. I hope these tips help keep you cool, save you some fuel, and prevent some seriously expensive repair bills down the road. If you found this helpful, you might want to check out the other videos on the screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.